Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through with the cards that come out in the reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards today. So the first card that we have is the Nine of Cups. We do have water sign energy with this. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, or even Scorpio. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where you are definitely attracting towards yourself, an energy of being able to have stability, security, as well as also being able to have that groundedness within a connection and within any kind of space that you are in for yourself right now. Do you feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, this feels like being able to enter into a new chapter and kind of being able to enter into that with the sense of being able to feel confidence? I do feel like with the Ace of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like also an energy of being able to meet somebody new or being able to have a new situation, and it does feel like it is more so stable. And I do feel like when it comes to somebody who's entering your life, they are offering you the sense of being able to have a connection with someone who is reliable, somebody who's going to be there, somebody who's grounded and stable. And with this Nine of Cups showing up over here, this feels like an energy of a person who's quite content within their life. They're in a good space, but I do feel like this person's not complacent. But within this connection, when it comes to how they feel about you, I do feel like this person is also in a very good space as far as their feelings go for you. I do feel like with the Nine of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually feel the sense of gratitude for where they are and even for this connection and even for being able to be in connection with you and the way that they feel about you. This person does feel the sense of being excited, but also feeling like this connection is one that they have a good feeling about. They feel like it's a wish fulfillment. I do feel like with the Nine of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also being able to deal with somebody who is in a good space for themselves. And I do feel like when it comes to being able to be in connection with this person is somebody who is stable emotionally, but also feel like as far as financially and career-wise, they are in a good space. Do you feel like with the Nine of Cups showing up over here, this person is also going to show you when it comes to the way that they express. They may spoil you. I also feel like this person may also be quite generous when it comes to an emotional connection with you and this person being open. And I do feel like with the Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this also feels like a pretty positive energy. You may actually be in a pretty good place yourself. And I do feel like with the Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty positive energy as well within the connection and where this connection is kind of putting you as far as how it's making you feel when it comes to another person. I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty successful energy as far as also when it comes to being able to be in a good space with yourself and within yourself. And I do feel like with this person being in a space of contentment, you being in a good space when it comes to where you are and even your pursuits on a personal level and even when it comes to work, this does feel like an energy of being able to be in a connection when you're ready for it, and this person is meeting you when they are ready for it. So this Ace of Pentacles, this does feel like a great start to a connection. I do feel like also a great start when it comes to entering a chapter in a connection as well. With the Queen of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there is a nurturing energy. It does feel like an energy of dealing with somebody who is one who's willing to and wants to nurture this connection with you. I do feel like with them being in this Nine of Cups energy, with this Nine of Cups being one of contentment, this person isn't in a space where they're complacent. This person cares, and I do feel like it shows. And I do feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like an energy of also putting in the effort to be able to nurture this connection with you. Do you feel like this connection is a priority? And being able to show up for this connection is somebody this person prioritizes. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Chariot. We do have Cancer energy with this. You could be dealing with another Cancer. And we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Six of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a sense of emotional fulfillment from an emotional connection. I do feel like this connection does feel like it is one that does have a very deep connection involved between yourself and somebody else. When it comes to the feelings in this connection, it does feel like the love or the connection feels like it overflows. Do you feel like with the Ace of Cups showing up over here, it feels like unconditional kind of care, kind of love? And with this Ace of Cups, this also feels like having a connection that does go quite deep. I do feel like there could actually be a spiritual connection between yourself and this person. And I do feel like there is also a very deep friendship that this connection is also rooted in. With this Chariot card showing up over here, this feels like forward moving energy. I do feel like within this connection, being able to experience this desire to be able to move forward and not slow down. And I do feel like also being in a space where somebody is determined to be able to have a connection that does move forward with you. I do feel like this person knows what they want. I also feel like it shows in this connection and its progression. I do feel like with the Chariot card that this also feels like an energy of being able to experience a connection with somebody who, this person may be different to you, or there could be something about this person that you feel like you can learn from this person. This person feels like they can learn from you. But I do feel like you have a lot of things in common enough to feel aligned in a compatible way, but also enough to be able, and enough differences to be able to experience this friction that allows for this passion, but I also feel like being able to learn something from somebody as opposed to feeling stuck or complacent. But with the Knights of Cups showing up over here, it feels like also having this energy of wanting to be able to kind of do something for someone. I feel like with this Knight of Cups, this feels like an energy of somebody wanting to be able to kind of wear their heart on their sleeve. And I do feel like there's no holding back, especially when it comes to the expression of emotions in this connection. But this Knight of Cups, this does feel like an energy of someone in a space where they want to kind of do something. It's like a romantic gesture. And they're approaching you from space that's quite open, especially emotionally. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles, this also feels like a very generous energy. So I feel like you are dealing with somebody who's quite stable. I also feel like this person could have a lot going for them. I also feel like with this Nine of Pentacles, you also have a lot going for yourself. But I do feel like with this person is somebody reliable, somebody who's generous. And I feel like they're generous in a lot more ways than just one. And I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of someone who is a giver. I do feel like when it comes to this person, they are somebody who wants to be able to give to you and to get to this connection. And I do feel like also the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this also feels like trying to find that balance in the give and take in this connection and prioritizing that, because I do feel like it's also important with the Six of Pentacles showing up over here. But this person is somebody who's very generous. So I'm going to clarify these cards. And here's stay optimistic about your love life. We have calling in your soulmates. And we have the honeymoon card. So the stay optimistic about your love life card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience the optimism that comes with this connection and feeling safe enough to be able to explore that and be able to kind of revel in that a little bit in this connection. I do feel like with the stay optimistic about your love life card showing up over here, this also feels like the person you are dealing with is also quite optimistic about this connection and even about you. This does feel like an energy of being in a very positive space when it comes to the way they're looking at the situation and they're feeling about you. I do feel like with this calling in your soulmate card showing up here, this does feel like intentional energy. I do feel like also there could have been a sense of being in a space where there was intentional trying to manifest a certain situation. But the calling in your soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience and recognize what you'd always hoped for in this connection or in this moment at this time. And I do feel like with this calling in your soulmate card showing up over here, this also feels like this connection feeling like one that is a soulmate like relationship to have with somebody. I do feel like with this honeymoon card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to experience an opportunity to have and create really pleasant and enjoyable memories and moments with somebody. Do you feel like with this Knight of Cups, this feels like an energy of kind of somebody putting themselves out there, romantic gestures, and I do feel like with the honeymoon cards showing up over here, it feels like an energy of somebody trying to be able to get this opportunity to have good times with you and kind of wanting to be able to bring that to you, and this connection also being a vehicle for being able to experience those. I do feel like your connection is also entering a stage where there is the sense of honeymoon, the honeymoon stage within this connection where things feel very joyful, blissful. And I do feel like with the honeymoon card showing up over here, this also could be a trip on the horizon or a vacation that somebody may actually be planning or wanting to offer to you when it comes to being able to go on it together. With the Ace of Pentacles, this does feel like also a sense of someone trying to save up for something. And I do feel like this is a very generous energy. So I do feel like this is like somebody who's trying to give something to you, trying to offer something to you. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.